Hey guys, it's Elliott Brood here with you. We are going to go behind the song. The song we're going behind today is Runaway by Del Shannon, which we covered and released. It's one of our favorite songs collectively, I think. I know it is. We've been Mark, how long have we been playing it live, do you figure?
Maybe 3.5 years, something like that, I would think.
Yeah, quite a while. It's been part of the set for a while.
I think I tried to learn it for many years and, and then it kind of was like, the whole thing was, would it fit into our repertoire? And it actually does. I mean, we've been playing it, like I said, for 3.5 years, so it does. So,
yeah.
But I mean, I think the impetus for me was I heard it as a young kid on there was a TV show called Crime Story with what's his name, Dennis Farina. He was like in
They like that.
Shorty and Snatched.
He's in all the crime shows.
He's not a great-looking guy, but he's like, yeah, he's
right.
like he's awesome. In Get Shorty, he's great. He's so good. But he was in a show called Crime Story, and the opening theme song was Del Shannon singing that. But not until recently did I realize that Del Shannon's not. He re-recorded it and then changed the lyrics to kind of fit the TV show. So,
yeah, I mean, it was a #1 Billboard hit. It was his biggest hit. So I mean, I just growing up with Detroit radio, obviously was on the radio all the time. But I mostly remember it from the solid gold tapes that you could get from gas stations, and I've always loved it. It was a song that I loved with my parents. It was one of the first ones. But it does feature a lot of cool sort of technical musical history stuff, Steve, doesn't it? Like some pretty innovative things.
Something called the clavioline.
Yeah.
It was and then adopted by I think it was Max. What's his name?
It's funny because the co-writing credit on this song is for Max Crook, which is an amazing name for someone in the music business.
That's him.
Who somehow gets credit. Yeah. Exactly. But so he modified this. It's like it predates analog synthesizers, but that's the sound of the solo that is in this.
Yeah, I always thought it was like a Farfisa or something, but it's more like a Beach Boys. It's pretty high tech for its time, and apparently you could do all this like glissando stuff that no other.
Well, he plays it on "Hats Off to Larry" too, which is another Del song that's absolutely incredible.
Which is a great tune.
But that was a new sound, I think, pretty much in that kind of music. It was something brand new, and I mean, maybe most people do think of that when they think of the song. I think of that right away. And you play it in our version, obviously. You rocked a.
I try to rock it. I realized in watching other versions that Paul Schaefer, if you watch when Del played on Letterman, Paul just nails it exactly because he's that kind of guy. And that's when I was put in my place. I realized, I don't, I left maybe a little bit out.
Oh, it's great.
No, I like my way better. It's simpler.
Yeah. Well, well, the one thing that I noticed though is like it actually rips right off the top, which we didn't do. Obviously, we kind of like. We
gave it a surf style intro, I think, a little bit, or I guess you could call it surf. Something. Yeah. It was definitely. Yeah. I had Sadie's in mind when that first chord rips in, I think, but
Yeah, I love the second guitar. There's the 2 rhythm guitars, and there's that because I pulled it apart in the Pro Tools there to have a look at it again. Right. And you added that one guitar, that surfy guitar. It's just
that's always the icing guitar later. Like, what if we do this right at the last minute and made it in there? A lot of my ideas are last minute ones, but it's great because Mark got to even do falsettos for the first time in a recorded.
Well, when would we ever use that in our own music? Never.
Well, you never know as it goes forward. Who knows? But the thing is we were trying to do the like wow wow, and now I can do it, but I could not do it at the time. I couldn't do it. Steve and I both laid down vocals in the choruses, and it just wasn't working. So we had to get Mark to go all Fogarty on us and do all the backing vocals in the choruses. I still kept some of the verse vocals in there, but the high ones they were too hard.
Well, thanks for giving me the ability to do that.
It would be fun to listen back to to my attempt at it and to Steve's attempt at the high parts.
No, they're erased.
Well, the whole thing is I didn't think I could do it really because it's not something that I've practiced ever. So it's like I think it's just one of those one-off things.
Squeezing a duck's neck, like just getting it out of there.
In pulling out the Pro Tools, also I noticed that Casey, you doubled Mark's vocal, and you really hear Mark. I mean, identifiably, but there's a little Casey in there as well that I pointed out in the other vid.
Yeah, just enough, just not too much, but just.
I know it's fully Mark as far as like. Yeah,
but we've always done that. We've always done that as a band. We always double. You know what I mean? We sing in unison, right? Like that's one thing that we can kind of do really well, which is, I guess, difficult is what I hear, but we do.
It worked out to be it worked out to be a good cover because of how often we do play it. It is pretty much. It's almost or has been a standard song at least a year and a half ago. Whenever we played last, that's become a part of the set. It's been fun, but I hope you guys all get a chance to listen to our version of it because we had a lot of fun making it. Even though it's like 2.5 years ago at this point, but you know, Del is one of our collective favorites. I would recommend you go check out the album Drop Down and Get Me, which is like made in the 80s, produced by Tom Petty, and the band is the Heartbreakers, and it's all Del. It's one of my favorite, most underrated ones. Maybe we'll do a song from that one day too. But
yeah,
I don't know. Yeah, he's long since gone. We lost him in the 90s, I think. Yeah. Del died. He died here in LA. I might go to his house to take a photo.
Well, that's what I always love, because Petty references him in is it Running Down a Dream?
Me and Del were singing Little Runaway.
Well, it ended up pretty great. Like, that's a nice nod to your friend, right? It's
yeah, like Del was supposed to be a Wilbury. He was going to be invited to be a traveling Wilbury, and things didn't work out. If you ever watch one day when the documentary about his life comes out, it'll be great. Whoever will make that, because it's quite an interesting life. He actually obviously was raised in Michigan near Detroit. Yep. Mark and I similarly, and now I live out where he is. I didn't come out here to die, though, hopefully. But yeah, I don't know. I love his whole catalog. He's one of those guys who wrote all those like teenage heartbreak songs, and that very much like a defining guy for that era, which we all love that music, despite the fact that we don't really make that kind of music necessarily. One of the tracks on our new album was very much inspired by that sound, which is, why am I blanking on the title of the song right now?
I'm also blanking.
No Way Out. No Way Out. Yeah, that guitar tone was very much sort of from that, trying to emulate that era of stuff.
Yeah, we were trying to do kind of like, for No Way Out, obviously, we're trying to do something in the vein of a 60s song, but not happy, poppy, right? It's just like, it's pretty dark. So it was kind
of just those like, that guitar tone is so important to the era, trying to get anything in that world. And then, putting it together with Steve did great, while you're playing drums, while you're doing everything else, you're engineering, and as you usually are.
It's a very simple mix. There's of all of our mixes, there's, just one track for everything. That's it. There's no, aside from that double vocal, it's very simple. Now, a little trivia. What's Del Shannon's original name? Anyone?
Oh, I should have known this.
I know.
Oh, I don't know. I didn't.
Do you have it?
I thought his name was Del.
I might have it.
I didn't know he had. I just realized
Charles Westover.
That's everybody. Right. I did know that. I looked it up. I did know that before.
Yeah, found that out in the research.
Yeah, that's good work on the research. All right, well, that brings us to the end of our discussion about this song. And listen to it online wherever you can, on all the socials or wherever it is. It's a lot of fun. We'll see you soon, and we'll play it live for reals.